Joining me now, Molly Hemingway, editor-in-chief of The Federalist, Fox News contributor, as well as Hogan Gidley, former White House press secretary and director of election integrity at the America First Policy Institute. Molly, now, wasn't the last guy impeached for something like that, meddling, colluding, something? What?
I was not a fan of that last impeachment, but by the standards set by Democrats and the media, the argument was that Donald Trump, by asking for an investigation into the notorious corruption in Ukraine that deals with some of our most powerful families, and that because we have a relationship with Ukraine, that this constituted a quid pro quo and a meddling in an upcoming election. Well, here we have a letter release that shows that President Biden explicitly asked for help in this election by delaying this outcome of cutting back on oil production. He has publicly announced that he wants to persecute Saudi Arabia or punish them, through some means, whether it's legislative or limiting arms sales. And we have this all publicly. And so by the standards set by Democrats and the media, he obviously should be impeached, and he obviously should be immediately convicted if you're going to be consistent.
Oh, good.
Yeah. First of all, one of the reasons that Joe Biden is angry that Saudi Arabia is now talking to Russia, well, it's because Joe Biden is cozying up to Iran. And so it's forcing them to not work with us anymore on the first hand. Second of all, it's obvious from this that Joe Biden doesn't care about the American people's pain. He cares about the Democrats' political pain in the midterms that they're about to face. And when you have the problems facing the American people, it's obvious his domestic policy has hurt American families all across this country. His foreign policy is so problematic. Of course we have an energy crisis. We could make all of our energy at home. Everyone knows this. And if this really was Vladimir Putin's fault, wouldn't that be reason number one to go ahead and produce our own energy so we wouldn't have to rely on dictators and despots all over the world? It's so insane. The American people see through it, and he's going to pay for it in November, no question.
But, Molly, he was the foreign policy genius.
Right.
I mean, during the campaign, I know we were all sitting around talking about this. This guy, look at his resume, met with world leaders, traveled the world in decades in Washington. He knew these leaders. And Trump was supposedly the autocrat who was going to cause World War III.
Right. We heard throughout the Trump administration and before he was elected that we would be on the brink of nuclear war if he were elected. Instead, we had peace breaking out throughout the world. We had these peace agreements with Saudi Arabia and other countries. We had a really good foreign policy situation. Then when Joe Biden runs in 2020, the corporate media, they deny a foreign policy debate, so we couldn't have a highlighting of this. And then, but they promised us Joe Biden would get us respected on the world stage. Instead, we're having trouble putting together a coalition to combat Russia after its invasion of Ukraine. We've got the Saudis upset with us as we're helping out Iran. We've cut off our own energy supply and our own energy production. We're on hands and knees begging for oil from dictators in Saudi Arabia, and it's not going very well. I mean, it's a complete and utter disaster, and we're not even talking about what's happening with China's continued rise, North Korea's aggression, and all sorts of other hot spots.
No question. Going to Venezuela for
and
it.
now we're going hat in hand to Venezuela, and they had that prisoner swap, which, the timing of that is interesting, but they had a prisoner swap, so that's another issue. I got to ask you a question about the press, though. Molly and I have chewed this over before, but you were White House press secretary. How much damage has the American media complex done to itself, given what's happened to the country in under 2 years, without really pushing back and demanding accountability?
Irreparable. I mean, the amount of damage that the media has done to this country, and not just dividing us, but not doing their job and asking the questions the American people deserve answers to, it's so egregious at this point. There's a reason that the media's popularity sits somewhere between Congress and COVID. It's because they refuse to do their jobs and ask simple questions that anyone can ask. And by the way, if you push back on their narrative, I mean, look, Democrats control all the levers of power and influence. It's colleges, universities, big tech, Hollywood, and the mainstream media. They've got it all. And any threat to that, you see someone like Elon Musk trying to take over Twitter, that threat causes
consternation.
I mean, it's insane.
Well, how about that poor reporter for NBC asked Fetterman some questions? Basically, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know, this guy can't answer. Savannah Guthrie comes down on that reporter
Right.
like she's just committed some hate crime.
Well, I mean, it was very weird to see a reporter report honestly about problems with the Democrats.
Yeah.
Right.
So everyone was unnerved by it, but it just shows why corporate media are so unable to be trusted, and there's no accountability for everything that they get wrong, whether it's the Russia collusion hoax, and we've seen, this week how that yet again is more unraveling, and no one's been held accountable for all of these horrible things.
That's the biggest problem.
Being a member of the regime media means never having to say you're sorry.
Exactly right.
Great to see you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.